We live?
Yeah,
Okay.
trash.
Hey, man. Say, man. Do.
Dookie doo.
Yes, a lot. Welcome to another episode of the Stuck in the Middle podcast, because you know what's up and it's stuck. Weekly. Well, we got to chill out. Cardi on there. Yeah, Cardi. I got to chill out and up and stuck this week. Cardi tripping, huh?
Or Offset
we
tripping.
going that quick?
Or they both tripping.
Oh, I don't know. We're going to think about it.
Going quick like
We're
that?
going to think about it. Either way, here's what I know. We're close to 1,000 on every platform. We need
Yeah,
you to
what
get
I'm
it
talking
on
about.
the edge. Let's go.
I'm
Almost
talking
there,
about. Raise
guys.
them
Come
up.
on.
That's
Let's push it to
Raise
the
them up.
roof. Once again, you guys are organic follows. In the social media world, that is massive. We ain't
No
had
bots.
That. Listen, we ain't bot y'all to
Yeah.
death. You can go check all my stats. It's there. Y'all are there because y'all want to be. But you know who else is here? The fam. I keep them with me.
What up? This week I'm ref hef.
Ref. What happened?
Work. Just be
He
working.
been reffing.
Oh, yeah, be refing. That's what it is.
Yeah, you ain't talking about the
What
regs
happened?
lately, so you just reffing, huh?
You said what?
I feel like there's a shift in your life. You're switching.
No regs, all ref.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, okay.
They got regs too, but
Yeah, true.
B will cooks, man. We like that.
Gas or pass?
Yeah, that too. We always like that.
Man, I was finna say something I forgot. That's my brain, ADHD brain.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Cori from Cori's Corner. My pup Perry.
Pedito.
Pedito. Hey, you over here? You want to work today, huh? I feel you.
Finally,
man.
past 2 weeks, he's been showing up.
Facts.
And then I'll start sending you that paycheck again. And I think it's just a bone, like a milk bone.
Teach you some shit.
there
my
you go. You
Yeah,
got me jumping
something
off the couch.
crazy. I'm the official social cues, guys. That is our clan. But we need you to subscribe on all platforms, +1. But when you get to YouTube, make sure you double punch. Because when you do that, you get all notifications letting you know when we get all the new content, like the new reels, shorts, also our new episodes. Just make sure that you're locked in, because if you don't get that, you don't get us. But the easiest way to contact us is StuckyPod.com. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're sending us in your stories. Guys, this show is a popular podcast show. It's really about pop culture, and we do it in 4 different sections. You send us your ways of being stuck, we get you unstuck. That's really what this is about. The first section is Mother Stuck of the Week, my favorite new section. Mother Stuck of the Week. We move on to there, and Jeremy pulls out some data from you guys, and you guys are Stucky situations, and we help to get you unstuck. From there, we move on to the world. Brian does some great research, figures out what's so stuck and stupid that we have to put it on the wheel. The very end gets a little dark. We get a little vulnerable. Cori wants us to share and be open. That's what we do. Pause. Whoa. At the end of that, he ties it up in a pretty little bow. Since it's on our week. That is the show, hour and a half. We hope you stick around. First segment, who got the most stuck of the week?
First off, let's go 51.
Let's go.
Episode 51.
Hold on, no. 52 is a year.
That's tough.
51. 51. Oh. It's a linebacker.
Yeah, it gotta be.
It's a linebacker in the 50s.
A very famous one,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
It ain't. If you say famous like that, it can't be your boy Lawrence, the big boy
Dick
Taylor.
Buckus.
Lawrence Taylor.
Dick Buckus.
Oh, Dick Buckus?
Dick Buckus. That's
Randy
it.
Johnson, the pitcher?
Randy, yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson's tough.
KO Spikes. Ichiro.
Ichiro. Oh, wow.
Buckus is no. Get us
51 might
top
have been-
K.O.
five.
Spice
Top
was a
five.
good one.
Yeah,
K.O.
K.O.
top five.
Spikes.
Top 5 on the list.
Dick Buckus.
Of course.
Hold on, okay.
That's it.
There's more. I just had to. It wouldn't let me go like scroll through. It only gave me the first one.
Ichiro, Randy Johnson.
Yeah.
can't be all.
Hey,
Spikes.
Ichiro might have to. I don't know. Dick Buckus had a
Buckus.
nice. Hey, but Ichiro, that's a nice little.
Randy Cross.
Oh,
Okay,
snaps.
yeah, I forgot about that one.
All right, cool. Because those.
You know
Who
we
else?
never do. We
Willis
never do.
McGee?
Who?
Willis McGahee or McGee?
No, McGee.
No, I'm a gay.
Or is his name Willis McGee? I can't remember.
You know what? You know what sport we never talk about? Like, what about car numbers? We never talk about NASCAR. We don't. watch
Oh,
enough.
that's a good
Oh,
call.
that is a good
I'm not saying because I
Never watch
don't.
enough.
Go look up at NASCAR.
No,
real
I
quick.
just- I just know what
They don't know.
Jimmy
they don't
Johnson,
do names. They do.
uh,
In NASCAR, they don't do names. They do a car number.
You're right.
Yeah,
We're
man. I was
sponsored.
watching 33.
Can we name?
Shout out to NASCAR, Justin Haley.
All right, come on, Justin Haley.
That's
That's
tough.
51.
Can we name 3 though without even a list? Can we name at least 3 to show
Jimmy?
that we at least do this?
Earnhardt Jr. Earnhardt Jr.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Now give him one out the bat. We used to live.
Randy?
We used to live next one.
Yeah, what's
Oh,
his
you talking
name?
about,
He was super duper fast.
Come on, man. We used to
I
live right next to him.
I want to say his name was Jeff.
There it is.
Okay.
What's his name? Jeff what?
Gordon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gordon. Is
Yeah,
one more, though.
so we in our bag. It's just
No,
sometimes it's just.
Yeah. There got to be other ones though.
Listen,
I guess that is
plenty,
popular.
but-
Oh, what about Ricky Bobby?
Shake and bake or Ricky Bobby style
Shake and
post for the
bake,
rain.
you know
You ain't
what I'm
first, you last.
Exactly. I got to lay off the peyote.
Yeah, if we could research, if we could get better at that, we'd have a bigger
Facts for the
we
numbers.
have so much more for the
That
numbers.
is smart.
Because it's literally just numbers and cars. But I know what NASCAR's not gonna be my stuck of the week. So let's start with Jeremy. Jeremy, what you got?
Man, my motorcycle is, I can't name drop, but it's someone who I work with who, in my ref hef role, is like, unfortunately, the definition of what people would take as a bad ref, like a ref that kind of takes control of the game.
A little power hungry.
Yeah,
Would
man.
you say
But
he has
you
a
know, but I
bad
think
rep?
what was funny. I think what was funny was that it wasn't even that it was power hungry. It was, hurry up, I don't want to be here.
Oh, he
So
wanted
the
it down.
calls that were being made and everything else was just,
He got kids.
I don't know. I don't know her like that.
Oh, it's a her. Okay.
Yeah.
Here, listen,
All I
we
know
she
is-
watching.
All I know is I ref 2 volleyball games. Okay, these were 2 games, best of 3. I got out of there in an hour and 30 minutes.
Is that
Is that a long
Normal?
time? Short
An hour.
time?
I would say an hour 35. Well, one game is normally slotted for an hour.
But it lasts about 45
Oh, so
50
you
minutes.
just was
Yeah.
able to be efficient and get them up out of
No,
there.
it wasn't me. It was her.
So an extra
Oh.
30 minutes, no pay or pay?
Oh, you only get paid by the game.
Oh,
Dang.
that's why
So
he
you
is.
going
Well, that's not
longer.
bad. Extra
So
30
long-
minutes.
It's not. Yeah, it's not bad. But here's the thing. It's like
You're slighting the
it was
kids.
very
Right,
you're
right,
slighting
right.
the girls, and it
kids.
was
You're taking away from the integrity
breaking the
of the
rules,
game.
like calling calls that aren't even in the
Right.
rule book,
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff.
This was another ref.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she gonna hear this one.
Gotta watch out for her.
Wait, we gotta go
since
to
we know
the
it's a female.
authorities. What's the? I know there's a governing board. We gotta go to the authorities.
Oh,
We on your
well,
head.
I'm about to say NCAA has like partnerships with USAV. High school has, every state has their own. I guess it's NFHS, like National Federation of High School Officials.
We going to the board.
But the state of Texas is called TASO.
Yeah, we're
Now,
coming
so-
for you. What's her name?
Nah, I don't
her
drop the
name,
names.
Her name is unknown. You
Yeah, I'm about to say. Yeah, he tried to get a look.
I know.
Yeah,
At
you
her-
gotta-
We're going
at
to the
her.
board. Anonymous submissions.
Right.
Big at.
Yeah.
What you
Maybe
gotta
I'll
be
say
with?
maybe I'll submit my own
Bro, I
stuff
ain't gonna lie to
situation
you.
for that one.
These mother stuckers is I know y'all out there, but
There's plenty of them.
I got one for you.
I got a whole bunch, but it just it
Yeah.
all go
Too
back to
late.
Diddy. It just so it just, every
everybody
go all go
does.
back to Diddy. So I'm like, man,
Diddy
I
gonna
just
be the
I'm trying to
motherfucker
switch it up
for
every week. I
weeks,
can't.
Boy.
It go back to him or somewhere
How
along
many
that
weeks
line.
in 60 years? Because I'm sure that's what he gonna get
You think it's 60?
Golly.
at least.
I mean, he ain't gonna make 60 years, but-
That boy sitting down.
Nah, they say he gonna. I see today somebody said he was excited. His lawyer said he was excited to testify. He about to Nino Brown.
No, that's what I said. That's what I said the last episode. Cause I saw him give that speech. He had just walked out and he was saying, "Oh, he's good. He's feeling great. He's excited to talk. He's been ready for this."
There's plenty of
Yeah, that's
baby
because
oil.
he about to be in there with that KFC and that cigarette.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Nino
and so
Brown.
a boy
boy.
came over that day. It was August 13th, I think,
Facts.
9 p.m.
They bring the Kool-Aid.
Bro, all I know is
Bad
all the
boy.
TikToks.
He gonna be in there singing
and
like a
Going
whistle.
memes
crazy.
have
They
me
going
in
crazy,
tears,
bro.
bro.
It just don't be
But listen, Mama Unstucker,
Who's that?
Michael Parsons,
Oh, why is that?
because he talking on CJ. He
Hold on,
talking
real quick.
Gardner Johnson.
Explain who Michael Parsons is.
The star linebacker and one of the best defensive players in the NFL. So I ain't gonna hate on him.
I think ever, but go ahead.
Oh,
When
now
it's
we're
all
being-
said and done,
Not
he'll go
ever.
down like that. I promise.
I
Pay
don't
that man
think
forever.
he's better than
He's
Aaron
got to get
Donald.
through this year at least.
Yeah, okay.
You know.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he one of them ones.
Yeah,
He
He's
was.
he's a great. He on the trajectory he's going, and if he goes to maybe another team and gets him a chip, he's definitely gonna be solidified, get a gold jacket.
100%.
But he one of them ones. But he also, and I am in the era of liking. I like when players have podcasts.
Mhm.
I love to hear like the fans and the announcers will say, "Look at what their CD is arguing with Dak," and then they'll get right on a podcast and be like, like literally, they were literally just talking about how he want the ball because the cornerback is on the left side and he's on the right side. It was miscommunication, and it just shows you how much you don't know about what is going on.
Yeah.
Right, so it's very, for me, I see it as a very humbling experience of being like, I get to watch the X's and O's, but even as a person who really understands the game, that doesn't mean I know what happened on that play.
Yeah, now
You know what I'm
do.
saying?
We like the access, man.
Yeah,
Right.
Like
So
access to information.
I love to hear the information after the game. So I don't mind him having a podcast or whatever. Now, I know that there are some Cowboy fans who are like, get off that damn podcast and get on the field.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that, bro. Do your
It's
thing.
1 hour. Like,
It's-
relax,
exactly,
bro.
exactly.
Boy can't talk for an hour.
And you can do whatever ventures you want to, right?
Yeah, come on,
like,
man.
we work and do a podcast. So it's
so
the same
dumb.
thing.
It's so dumb. Yeah.
But he got on a podcast and, after the Eagles and Saints game, Chauncey on our team, our safety, CJ, he was talking this stuff because that's what he do. We love him. He a dog. He said the Saints, they not no contenders, they pretenders. He said, remember they got Derek Carr at quarterback. And we just be just saying, we talk our talk.
Facts.
Micah, for some reason, felt the need to jump in on that, talking about I don't know who CJ think he is.
Here we go.
And then started, you know what I'm saying,
Going down
defending
that
Derek
lane.
Carr. First off, y'all just got blown out by the Saints. That's crazy. Don't speak on the Saints. Second off, why are you going to cape for Derek Carr or anybody else who's not on your team? This is just, it is what it is. Like, it's NFL. People going to say wild stuff. And if it ain't to you, now it's different if Chauncey said something to you. Clap back. But for you to just go out there, that's wild, bro.
But
That's
this
wild.
ain't the first time he's done that, right? Is this something like this?
That's the first one I paid attention to.
Yeah.
So I just thought that was corny. That means to me, you stuck this week, must stuck of the week. And it is what it is. Last night, CJ, my other friend CJ, not Chauncey, was like, oh, I'm not taking that as nothing because it's just a podcast entertainment. Well, if we use that logic, we use the same logic for Chauncey. He's just one of the people who yap and talk all the time. He a Florida boy.
Let it be.
He a dog. It is what it is, right?
Yeah.
You would expect that from his persona. So anyway, that's my must stuck of the week. Michael Parsons.
I got to stick up for Micah. I am biased with the Cowboys. Shout out to Jerry. But I just think that it just shows the true football in him. It really is a rival.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what you say, bro, I feel like it's a real attack. Like, the Eagles and Cowboys rivalry is, to me, the biggest. Just, I'm biased, but
No,
it's
ain't no
showtime.
bigger than that, yeah.
I mean, there is Green Bay, Chicago, and stuff like that, but that is showtime.
Mm-hmm.
And, bro, whatever the Eagles say with anything, I'm about to say N word, but bro, we just played the Saints. Like, what you talking about? We didn't ask for none of that feedback. Eagles, shut up. Do your little. First of all,
Well, we didn't say nothing.
We didn't say
no.
nothing.
We
Hold
didn't
on.
say
But
nothing.
how did who said it? You said CJ.
CJ said
I'm
something.
saying, but how did CJ's comment even surface?
Because he was just talking.
No, because
Yeah.
he was talking, after the game in the tunnel and stuff like that.
And that's the point. It's like, Michael, like, bro, why you even talking like you're an Eagle? Like, we ain't, like, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, bro, you have no platform. You don't have no podcast.
right.
You don't
CJ
have.
came back and said, "Oh, if you don't know who I am, you gonna know who I am." Plus, I've been to more playoff games.
Oh, he said that?
Oh yeah, CJ
Hey,
was
Michael,
bad.
chill
at
out.
it.
Then he said, hey, playoffs.
Yeah, he
Now,
said,
but doesn't it? But for me, I'm telling you, I'm a diehard Cowboys fan. But this makes the rivalry even better.
Oh,
because
yes.
when we see that
100%.
freaking field, I don't. Micah, let's go talk crap. I need this.
Yeah.
No,
Because
I don't mind crap talking. Like this week, we saw Malik Neighbors and Trayvon Diggs going at it.
Facts.
I like that.
But I see
Go
what you're
for it.
saying. Like
I
he's
like that.
basically reaching.
By the
He's
way,
reaching.
those are the two
He's
most
reaching.
diva
You going
positions in football.
for
BT.
sure.
Yeah, he's reaching.
And y'all, if you talking, if CJ says something against the Cowboys, snap back.
Yes.
If Micah says something against the Eagles, snap back.
Yeah.
CJ was talking to the Saints, who he used to play for.
By the way, and who they just beat, and who y'all just lost to. So it's like a.
But like you say though, we don't know the information, like the real behind the scenes. What if that's
Yeah.
shade? What if that's
Yeah,
real
what if-
shade that
what
we
if
just
something
don't we
happened?
don't
Right,
know?
right. It could be.
Yeah. What if we don't know the shade?
He said they're not pretending they're contenders.
But what if that's real
I see
shade
that,
though?
maybe, but guess what? You still stuck.
Nah, Mike, I tried. I tried. I gotta go with you.
I have two.
Because you shouldn't have said no. You just lost, bro.
Facts. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
really, just let it be, man.
Yeah, let it be, bro.
Just
You're
let it be.
embarrassing.
Because here's the thing about that. I'll go back to that before I give my two. One, that goes back to the point that I've always been making about him. He's constantly filling up his resume
Right.
because he don't want to be in Dallas. I in my heart believe that. I believe
I
he
can
wants to
see
be.
it. I can see it.
Yeah, I believe he wants to be where there's a win.
I believe it's Philly.
I believe he wants to be in Philly.
I know. I believe that's
We
why
might-
the little
but he's
tit for
already
tat.
said that.
I believe
Yeah,
it.
he's already
I believe
said
he
that.
wants to
He's
be in
already
Philly.
shown us
He
that in
be
so
in
many different
Philly
ways.
often.
We'll
It
take
hurts me.
it.
No,
When the time comes, let me go ahead and predict it right now. So when the end of the season gets here, okay, and y'all got them 10 wins, and that first layer exit. Listen, I
You're in the
know
Mount
that
Olive, Jerry
contract
can do
coming
that.
up.
How he coming to get him?
That's what I'm saying. How you gonna be like,
Yeah,
hey,
I don't think
Brinks
there's enough
truck,
money.
Brinks truck, back it
Yeah.
up.
Back it up.
How much you need?
Hey,
1
look,
billion?
look. Jalen restructure. AJ, restructure, Smitty,
Chop.
give us a little bit of money back. We going to get
Chop.
Micah.
Hey, come here. How much you?
We going to get
chop.
Micah.
How much? Chop.
Facts. Yeah.
Hey, give it all to Micah. He's coming.
That's why I say it's all on that. You got to take us to the bowl to keep Micah.
Yeah, that's the only way.
That
That's
is
literally
true.
the only way.
Got to take us to the chip.
That is true.
To
He's
keep
gone.
Micah where he going to Philly. I'm with y'all.
Yeah, he's
I ain't
gone.
gonna
But so here's my two. One, it goes back to Diddy. That's why I laugh so hard because one goes back to Diddy. It's gonna be the guy who published the Kim Porter book.
That's tough.
Yeah, man, because everybody was actually like,
That
wow.
person is stuck and stupid if that is fake. If it's fake information, it's stuck and stupid.
You know what I'm saying?
Or,
Yeah.
or it's
If it's
Mother Stucker.
misinformation.
He
Yeah,
is
for
a
misinformation.
he came out and admitted now that some of it was just he can't validate. Now whether or not he's saying that's fake, the words are different. He's saying he can't validate it. I call that. Then it was fake.
My question is, wouldn't that kind of be like a movie? Like when they say
Yeah.
based on a
Documentary?
true story or
Yeah,
something?
yeah. It's the same thing.
But
Yeah.
then
So what's the-
lean on that in the
Right, in the beginning.
biography.
That's,
Okay,
but
good point. That's a
that's
good
why they
point.
said in the beginning,
That's a
right?
good point.
Yeah.
Based on true events, based on that.
But he didn't do that.
Yeah, he
Right.
ain't cleared none of that up. He just let all.
Isn't it the
that
number one
back
book?
up.
It's number one book.
No.
ain't it?
Everybody sent it back for refunds. So it's been the number one
Oh, they
refunded
did?
book like all time.
So from hearing, because I don't know all the ins and outs, but from hearing what y'all are telling me, he tried to hit this is the opportunistic
He tried to
time.
hit a lick.
He tried to hit the lick.
Yeah, but when the Combs sons came out and said what they said, I think that was the quick reversal. And they just started asking for the refund. So it's the number one and then immediately the most refunded book all time.
Learn the
game.
lesson from this, how to get unstuck from that. Put non-refundable on your thing.
Straight
And you
up.
go about your
Just
business.
game over. Not
Hey,
refundable.
it's one purchase,
all
boom, go
sales are
about your business.
final, whatever.
All sales are final.
And then just
That's
tell
it.
people at the beginning, I don't know that this is fiction or whatever. Just
Yeah.
cover yourself. It's very simple. So yeah, of course that one's easy because it leans back to Diddy.
That's why I said that for me it's just Micah, man. Everything's Diddy for me.
Yeah, because everything comes back to him at some point.
Yeah.
You see, somebody said that. Okay, and please verify this and see if it's true. Somebody, maybe it is or not. His lawyer first said the reason why there were so many
The bottles.
bottles of was because he would go to Costco and buy them in bulk.
Yeah, but she already said that.
But
yeah.
then Costco, somebody said Costco made a statement and said we don't even
the
sell
guy,
baby
the
oil.
person who they specifically said was the sales rep that would sell him the bottles already came out and denied that.
But you know the alleged news, what it really was?
Oh yeah,
Drugs, right?
Yeah, liquid,
GHB or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
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 But I mean, that's just again. I can see where that theory is going.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna jump on that yet.
Yeah, I ain't
'cause
jumping
my
on
thing
nothing right
is,
now.
if the reason why I see some validity in that, and just so people understand, this is about them saying that the bottles were confiscated because the liquid inside
Yes.
was actually a liquefied drug an enhancement drug that is used to enhance pleasure.
So now you gotta test all of the bottles.
So I think the validity comes from the fact that they confiscated the bottles.
Yes.
Because if they just wanted to show proof that Diddy was a freak, they should just took pictures of 1,000
That's
bottles
it.
of
You
by
didn't have
baby
to
oil
take
and
them
then
all.
kept it at the crib and left it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So there's some validity to that. So it's all
Uh,
alleged anyway.
Right. That's what I'm saying. When I
Yeah.
say, even when I use the word validity, I'm like, the only stake that's keeping me from not jumping off of that is
Mhm.
that aspect.
That's
100%.
right.
But when they
That is
come
possible.
out, right. And the thing is, if that is the case, that will be a thing that's coming out.
Yeah, that's
They're
what I'm
gonna
saying.
say,
That's
yeah, like just,
It's
that's
already
why.
out enough.
Yeah.
You can't like pull that one back.
that's what I'm saying.
Anything
is-
related to baby oil is gonna be
Once
fair
they,
game.
for sure, but once they substantiate this is exactly what it was, because it's evidence like the guns and everything else,
That's right.
that will be fair game for information that we will all know.
But is there such thing as getting out of a checkmate?
No,
Or if you checkmate, is
your
it?
check. If you're mate,
Yeah,
the
one.
game's over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're in checkmate,
If you're
can be-
check,
you
you
can
can
get
get
out
out.
of check.
You can check
But
somebody.
mate is
Yeah,
over.
checkmate.
But if you put a checkmate, it means there's not a move they can make.
Yeah.
Well, that finishing moment was that the tape. You're done. It don't matter what they put out. Everybody believes it. So
Because of the
we think it's baby oil. We think it's liquid. This. We think it's the worst thing ever. Whatever they say is true.
It
You're
has
like
to-
it don't even matter no
That's
more.
the thing about public
You lost,
opinion.
buddy.
That's the thing about public
You
opinion.
lost.
That's why it's so important.
That's why I say they're
we
doing it
talk
right.
about this all the
Put
time.
it out, baby.
Listen,
Yeah, you're
we talk
you're
about this
gone.
all the time. Public courtroom, public opinion courtroom, to me is a real courtroom. I know that we can't put this on paper and say that it's a real courtroom and the laws are real and all that, but truthfully, it's not the way the laws are wrote where they say you're innocent until proven guilty. Yes, in the court of law, but in the court of opinion, it's the other way around.
Because social status is a real part of.
Yeah,
who
court
we
of
are.
court of
Yeah.
opinion though is you're guilty till you can disprove your guiltiness. You know, so
All right,
yeah, I want to even bring up the second one.
Micah,
Yeah, we're gonna go to Micah.
You're
'cause-
off the
Yeah, Micah,
hook.
you going?
Yeah,
Get off the hook because Diddy gon'
yeah. Diddy gonna always take
Diddy
it.
Trump
motherfucker
you every
of the
week.
week.
Yeah,
man.
and Diddy gonna go until
He-
someone else pop up.
It's definitely in a stucky situation. All right, this
Okay, here go that
was
book.
from last week.
That
I'm out.
dissertation.
Ooh.
This that dissertation.
Get to
Ooh,
read.
do we got any stats before I get started?
Oh, let me check.
All the mispronouncing.
Yeah, we already know what it is.
I did see the word ass.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Sorry, mama.
All right, you said there was no stats?
Nope.
All right, bet. All right, so we
Completely
got an anonymous submission. First, love the show and love what y'all do for others. Great concept, and I hope y'all continue to grow and get big. So here is the story, and I think it fits within the recent episodes. I was out at a bar. I'm an introvert. Hello, other introvert.
Okay, Germ.
But I ran into this guy who I swiped right on Tinder in the past. We both matched, but the conversation didn't last, and he ended up deleting his profile. Anyway, at the bar, I was getting deja vu because I couldn't place where I knew him from, but he fine AF. We began talking, and he remembers my name and its unique spelling. After that flashback moment, we chat, and we're back and forth all night. He was there alone. I came with a friend. We went to get some drinks, and I took advantage of some alone time to talk to him at the counter while he waited for his drinks. I asked what happened between us, and his response was, I'm still trying to figure out if I'm ready to date or not. I just delete the app and re-download it from time to time. It had nothing to do with you.
Mm-hmm.
I felt a little relief, but was still timid. Eventually, we traded numbers, hence the recent episode connection. That night, we kept talking and drinking. I said bye as I had to. I said bye. Okay, I get it. I was thinking bye like.
I didn't know what she put.
Yeah.
BYE.
Yeah, the E is
better.
missing.
We'll get better.
I said bye as I had to take my friend home. With the hug came this amazing makeout session and a slight tap on my.
Hey, let's go.
A slight tap on the tuchus.
They took us.
I was smiling hard. LOL. I dropped my friend off, and he texted me saying, "You better be coming back to see me." I came back at the night and finished with lots of making out and dancing. I ended up driving him home because the Uber would have been expensive, and I was sober. I kissed him goodnight and left. We texted on and off inconsistently the following week, but now I'm getting no response. I feel like I'm getting ghosted, but I just wanted to talk. I didn't pressure into dating or sex or anything like that. I'm stuck because I don't want to just let go, but I don't want to be ghosted either. Help me out.
First of all,
Free meat.
You said free me?
my boy winning
First
over
of all,
there.
free meat.
My boy jumping in and out.
No, for sure.
She got me stuck.
Yeah.
I'm over here stuck.
I mean, how do I get you unstuck? And this is with all love, ma'am.
Hold on to that.
The reason why that man is not talking to you is because when you came back, y'all kissed and danced.
Because you ain't come out them yams.
That's exactly why. That man made out with you and he gave you a slight tap on your tuchus. That was, and he said, come back.
Stop playing.
That was
boy
a
was
clear
not trying to
indication
dance.
from him because he could not come out and just say, this is what I want to do. So I'm not absolving him from this, but I'm also saying there are flags and signs that you missed if that's what you wanted to do. The reason why, and I don't know if y'all had done something before or not, this information not in here doesn't read like y'all have. So I would be willing to bet that he's on Tinder, y'all matched. The first time y'all was talking, he figured out it wasn't going to happen. He got off.
Stop playing with me.
And that's going on back and forth. He figures out, maybe I can keep going a little bit, and you keep, for him, he's not going to see that it's going to be successful. And success to him means he's probably going to get some of them yams. And in this night, y'all actually ran into each other. Took the leap. Y'all made out. He gave you a little slap on the tush. You enjoyed it. You came back. He was probably thinking, I'm finna get to the games.
Doom, doom, doom,
Sweet games. And that didn't happen. So, he probably went and got them yams elsewhere.
There it is.
And now, if we look at what I would like to call the basketball team, I think everybody has a basketball team, whether it be relational or just even friendship. I think your support circle and stuff is your basketball team. But in this case, I'm going to use it as this. You have now went from the bench player. This is what it feels like to be a bench player.
No. It's worse than that at first.
Oh,
Yeah.
this is what it feels like to be a bench player, to get called into a game. you had an open layup and you missed it, and the coach called you back out.
No, worse than that. This
That's what happened.
is getting into the game.
So
bro.
here's right.
And look,
what?
Not getting the ball, but realizing you only got in the game because the coach was trying to talk to the star player and give him a breather. So you got to the other end, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You get to the other end, they blow the whistle, then you come right back out.
My point is, and for being real to you, is that he does not like you like that.
No, leave
he
it be.
really wants a certain thing from you.
Period.
I don't think
go.
that you should spend your time with this person.
Period.
I think you should focus on other people who maybe.
So-
And the thing is, if you like somebody, that makeout session and that little tap on the tuchus is gonna make you feel that way with anybody.
Period.
If you like them,
Cook.
so focus on the other people, because I promise you that man ain't focusing on you.
Couple things. One, he didn't delete the app. He blocked you.
Yeah.
Two,
Yeah.
there's no.
It's cap. That's cap.
Here's
bro.
cap.
Like,
Bro, I'm a dude. Like the
It's
stuff he's
cap.
saying is like I'm a dude. I read through
Be
all
honest,
this.
That's
baby.
cap.
He
Yeah.
didn't delete the app. No one does that. That's a behavior that does not exist. Who does it?
and if he did delete the app, what it really means is that he had a girl and he was cheating on his girl.
Still
with
a
you.
red flag.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's what I'm saying.
So let's say I'm lying. And
Either that or it ended up starting the date and then that broke off and then got back on the app.
right.
But
Yeah,
that, like,
a
he's not
lot of
deleting, he's not
scenarios that don't
deleting it and,
involve
like,
you.
Right.
all those scenarios.
None of those scenarios involve you.
That's
you know?
right. It's obvious right here, bro. What he was trying to get was some cakes. So you messed up twice. One, you went to drop your friend off after the tush slap. Listen,
That's a tough one.
your friend got to
You feel
get the
ghosted.
Uber.
Yeah.
that's
That's already
moment.
a red flag for me. If I'm in that situation again,
If
first
we're
of all,
changing the. If we're changing it up and you was trying to do whatever
Stop
the move,
playing
the
with
move
me.
would have been
Facts.
get your friend an Uber.
no, it
100%.
would have been your friend would have had to get an Uber herself.
Either way,
Yeah.
remove the friend.
Get
that don't
you
mean
up
you
out of
leaving.
here. Yeah,
Right.
you can, listen. I'm sorry, my car's not moving, so you gonna have to figure out how to get home. Number one, if I'm the dude again in this scenario, watching her drive away from my house already, points are off. Why? And again, man, I hate being like this because I'm not. First of all, I'm not trying to condone like premarital sex. Or
We're
any of
just
that.
we're talking
I'm
about
just
what's
trying
actually
to,
happening.
Yeah, we're trying to get you into the mindset of stop thinking that like you're being ghosted and it's like no, you're just not paying attention. So if I was the other guy, immediately when you drive off and tell me I'm lying, I'm texting the next one.
Yeah, I got
I'm
the team.
I'm texting the
The
next one.
roster is being you up.
Yes.
I was thinking about you.
Yes.
What you doing?
And my backup is you better turn around and come back to see me just in case. Because boom, if you hit me with the you better turn around,
Right.
I don't have to respond to the ones I just
None
sent
of
that
them.
out to.
None of them.
But if you
I was drunk.
don't, if you don't, I'm waiting. I'm waiting on the response
Facts.
from any of them. Bro, there's so many little that I don't know if you're not paying attention to them on purpose or not. So I'm gonna be very careful.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
If
this
you're-
is just
Maybe you're
learning.
blinded.
Right.
By,
So
by
I'm gonna be
love
careful.
or whatever.
I'm just telling you from a dude's perspective, he is on fire. He did everything he was supposed to do in that moment.
I promise you, he scored that night.
Oh my God! When you left, man, whatever time of day that was, them text messages started coming back in. Okay, why did it take you a week and a half to hear from him again? Because he
No, they're saying they texted throughout that week and then
no, but it said inconsistently.
yeah, like
Right.
on and off.
Because he's saying right, on and off inconsistently. What to Matt's point is the reason why you even brought up inconsistently is because before it was consistent.
Right,
Yeah.
and the reason why it's
No,
inconsistent
no.
now because he's keeping up with others.
I think no, but like it wasn't before because earlier she said that she didn't get the number until that night.
Okay.
So
Well,
like there was no text.
They may not be texting, but they were messaging on the app. Like they had some communication where it went from being consistent to inconsistent because she can define it as inconsistent. Because if this is our first time talking, how can you define it as inconsistent? That just means this is our way of talking.
Maybe
now.
she's a bad writer.
That could be it too.
That
but she did say,
I'm sorry. I'm
Now
not
you see all
saying.
them highlights.
She,
And the
You see all
reason,
them
the
blue-
reason why I
blue
say
and red
that,
squigglies?
Yeah.
the reason why I say that is because right before inconsistently, she said on and off. Because
yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, so you don't have to explain inconsistent because on
Yeah.
and off is
Like your
inconsistent.
phone ain't got the correct spell or spell correct.
Yeah, but all I'm saying to you is there's
And
20.
I must say, does
Spell check.
Google does the form?
You can do.
I know they
no,
will
but
highlight
you
or
can-
something.
You can
They
put on your
will
phone.
autocorrect. Get you.
Oh yeah.
So look, there's
I don't know if
24
that does
hours
it.
a day. You sleep for 8 of them, and that's if you're somebody really getting them 8 hours. Okay, then so you're down to 16. You work for another 8, so you're down to 8. So let's say if you didn't touch your phone for 16 hours because you sleep for 8 of them, you work for 8 of them. You got 8 hours. You're telling me in 8 hours every single day he couldn't send you a what's up? Because it's not when it's not my priority, it's not my priority. That simple. If I'm balancing other things, I'm balancing other things. That simple. If my focus was on you, understand every day you would get a text. So don't worry about like I don't want to be ghosted. Listen, being ghosted is being ghosted. It is what it is.
Yeah.
If you're missing on all these flags, you're the person to be ghosted. Like,
Facts.
you like.
But also, never mind.
Nah, hit that
because
because the truth needs to come out.
No,
Hit that.
for sure. When we get into these type of, if we're talking about the heteronormative relationship,
Yeah.
Sure. That's another part.
I swear it's always like, oh yeah, I got ghosted by this man. And I'm like, it'd be a lot of women do the same thing. If you don't like the other person, you just don't like the other person.
Yeah.
And granted, here's my hot take. I don't owe you anything.
That's another part.
That's the other. This a whole other big thing.
I can ghost
I
you.
don't have to.
Come
Thank
on.
you. At the end of the day, I can do whatever I want to do. If I
That's
I don't have to give you an explanation of why I don't want to talk to you no more.
No.
I don't.
Right.
You, on the lowest levels, and this is theory, this is not necessarily how I feel, but on the lowest levels, think about it this way. You mean nothing to me. On the lowest
You
level.
not shared a thing.
If we have something beyond that, I feel more compelled to tell you, but even then I still don't have to.
It's not owed.
It's not owed. So don't get caught. Anybody, this is for you and anybody else. Don't get caught up in the I got ghosted. Yeah, this sucks that you don't know, but you don't need that closure to know that they don't care about you. This is what we're telling you. This is all love. This is what we're telling you. We want you to be successful in a relationship with somebody who actually cares about you.
Period.
Because as Matt said, the person who actually cares about you is going to be texting you every single day. In them 8 hours he's awake. It's not going to be on and off and inconsistent. It will be consistent because he wants to be with you.
Yeah, if you want a girl, you're going to do what? Effort. That's the thing about guys. You want to, stop trying to figure out if a guy loves you because of all this fluff. No,
Facts.
a guy
and you
loves
do it too.
'cause he
Reciprocate that.
Come on.
Whatever it may be, if you want a relationship, do the things that you would like to be reciprocated.
Period. Jared, what do you think? I ain't heard enough of you.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think the easiest way to be helped out is to get out of that emotional connection. Like, I feel like you just jumped to that emotion real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe because he was a good kisser, or maybe you really did like that tap on the butt. But
Smacking that ass.
She did
Yeah,
because
you
she
know
said
what
I
I'm
was
saying?
trying hard.
like you really did. You said that like y'all had matched, and then he deleted the apps, which means that you weren't talking, and then you saw this person at a bar, right?
And they
So
started
that
talking.
means that love connection or this deeper emotional connection occurred that night,
Yeah.
right? Which tells me, I'm not gonna lie, this is 2024. Maybe I'm jaded because of how long I've been single. You got to block up just a little bit, like play some defense, guard your heart, so that you don't get this quickly emotionally attached to get hurt by
I
being
didn't even
ghosted.
think about that. That's one night. She tripping.
No, exactly. No, it's a very good point.
She said he
Yeah.
fine.
It's also,
I mean,
You know what I'm
matter.
saying?
for
Maybe,
sure.
maybe she's the visual. Maybe she's. I'm giving the characteristics that could could put you in this state, right?
You know what else can put you in a state? It's the fairy tale,
Every time.
right? It's the fairy tale. What have you ever seen in all the movies? This is a movie scene,
Low key, it is.
You're at a
right?
bar.
We matched on
talking-
Tinder,
yeah.
but then we
Guy
haven't
that you
seen him,
liked.
and then I popped up and
Come
we
on.
see him, and then I talked to him, and he's
on.
talking back to me, and by the end of the night, we're making out, and he slapped me on my butt.
Because we
That
haven't
is a
addressed the fact that you didn't see that man accidentally. We
I
ain't-
mean, it depends.
Yeah.
On
we-
the town,
yes.
I will give you anything because there are some towns
It depends on where you live.
you pull up someplace and they be there.
It depends on where you live, but I'm thinking about the logic. So let's go to small town logic for a second. If you're in small town, all of us have lived in a small town at one point. We understand what I'm about to say. You have a 90% chance of running into somebody. You just know this when you go out. That's not even a thing that you don't cross your mind like, oh, it's interesting that I ran into this person when you're in a small town. You immediately think when I go out places, I'm going to run
probably
into
gonna see
people.
this
Might see
person.
that person.
Yeah.
It's never a thing when you're in a small town. So let's assume that for a second. Big town. What are the odds you run into somebody that you never, right?
Yeah, I don't ever see it.
Okay.
I don't think that the odds are never, only because, like, depending upon why they swiped right,
Mm-hmm.
that could be the thing that puts both of them in that same niche. So
Ah.
maybe they both like, I don't know what kind of bar this was, but let's say it was a rock, a hard rock bar or whatever.
Sure.
So how many hard rocker bars are there?
That's the point I'm making.
Statistically makes it more probable that
And
they would
thank
run
you.
into each other.
Now you're making my point. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
She's, in other words, she know what she's doing.
I'm out.
So
bro.
like,
So you're saying that she
I'm going
actually
back.
like
No.
it's
searched out?
possible. That's
No,
all I'm saying.
maybe, yeah,
it's possible.
anything's possible.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's so much of the case. But here's how I know that there's a little bit of this storytelling
Craziness. Ooh,
fantasy thing
Come
going on.
on, come through.
Bro, she said anyway, I'm at the bar and I'm getting deja vu. Let's talk about the storytelling, right?
Because
I'm
why are
getting
you saying
deja
things
vu
like this?
Because I couldn't place where I knew him from, but he's fine. Here we go. This next 2 sentences where I know. We began talking. He remembered my name because of unique spelling. After that flashback moment.
Come on now.
Why would you say?
Who says stuff
Here's
like
what I'm
this,
saying. No, I get why she's saying it because it really does feel like that. You can get to a spot where, bro, I was in Vegas. This is crazy. I was in Vegas this summer. I'm walking down the hallway of Caesar's Palace. Long hallways, by the way. If you ever been to Caesar's Palace, bro, from the front to the back, you might as well walk
so you
up.
can think about how much
Facts,
money
bro.
you
Long hallways. The night before, I'm telling some of my homeboys who are single, hey man, you in Vegas, bro. You can be whoever you want to be out here.
That's true.
And you not gonna see nobody, you know.
Never. Yeah.
Next morning, Katie and I get up because we want to go to this place called Egg something. Anyway, we went the day before. It was way too packed, so we woke up early to go this day. And it was at like a different hotel. It's like a half a mile walk. I'm walking down the hallway, bro. I'm not even looking. I guess Katie sees this lady. She's looking at me, but all of a sudden I hear, Cori. I look up and my eyes get big. Right? She said, oh, don't act like you don't know me. I was like,
Who was it?
It was my homegirl that I had not seen literally since grad school. Like, why would I ever see her here? But it was just weird that, like,
Where Katie at?
go get her. Go ask her. No. They met, they talked.
No, I'm just messing with you. Yeah.
She cool. That's my homie. But, like, and the weird part about it was, too, one time when me and Katie were in Mexico, she was in Mexico, like, a day before we were in the same, like, little strip area. Anyway, it was just weird to, like, I literally just told somebody the night before that you're never going to see anybody you know. And then the next morning I saw somebody. So for me, that was like my little fairy tale moment, right? Like it could happen. But I didn't think like I didn't feel like a movie, right? I would have never wrote that as being
you're
like,
also
you would have been like, oh, that just happened. Yeah.
You're not like adapting that connection,
Right.
the dating connection or the potential emotional
for sure.
connection
So
to
you
it.
got to, to Jeremy's point, pump the brakes.
Yeah, just slow down. Because I can already tell by the way you're writing this, you a little too much.
That's all right. You know,
It's
what
okay
you got, B-Wood?
Get through it.
I have nothing for
Why not?
I mean, it's the truth.
That man said,
No, I just think we got to understand, like, there's certain code words. Remember, like, you know, the world's soft right now, so you can't really say certain things, but we got to start looking or reading between the lines, looking at hints. To me, the key word is I'm not looking for a girl or whatever.
Yes.
To me, that means I'm just trying to knock you down.
That's it.
But you have to, and I know you're not supposed to assume and all that other stuff, but sometimes you have to do that, especially with the dating app climate.
Mm-hmm.
That energy is a little bit different from the traditional meeting you at such and such the church or Starbucks or Walmart and stuff like that. That dating climate energy is different.
Mm-hmm.
And some people don't know how to form these words and tell you, hey, I'm just trying to knock you down. We ain't trying to say, we can't say that.
I mean,
So-
you
That's a
can,
good
but
point.
it's not. Yeah,
You
no, it's a
can,
very
but
valid
you'll
point.
get way more
to me,
rejection.
It's
to
a valid
me,
point.
that is the thing. It's saying, hey,
Yeah.
I'm not looking for a girlfriend, whatever, smack you on your butt. That means I'm trying to knock you down.
Yeah,
I
and
made
on top
out
of
with
that,
you.
like, can you
I
come
told
out
you I
and
ain't
say
trying to
that?
have a girlfriend
Right.
and stuff. Those are the traits of I'm just trying to have a one night stand and go about my business.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we lived in a world where we could just be that honest, but we don't.
Yeah. That's
Also,
what I'm saying. You
yeah.
can't really do that. So he did what he could. Hey, I ain't trying to have a girl. Woo to woo to woo, and then
Smack
he
that
didn't hit
tail.
you back.
Yeah.
Like he made out with you. You took your friend home. Like, come on, man. Like, you got
Bro.
And I want to take your side. It's like, man, because it's like we're all guys.
Yeah.
So we're trying to be sensitive. But for me, ghost is ghost. It don't matter if
Yeah.
you're a guy dating a guy, a girl dating a guy. It don't matter what a ghost is a ghost.
Bro, guys
So, yeah, if you-
ghost each other in
Yeah,
friendships.
it don't even
matter.
ghost. I don't care what you are.
Yeah, it
so
don't
yeah,
matter.
you just got ghosted. Move on. Yeah. It happens to guys all the time.
Yeah, you don't want
Ended up.
go where you are.
She damn near on the wheel.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't want to be stuck.
Yeah, SNS is when a person plays a thing, finds herself in a sucky stupid situation, and we put them on a wheel. You damn near there. But Cori, spin that wheel.
Don't get on this wheel.
I was trying my hardest to think of something. Hey, you're back. But
It's too many. She
I didn't want you to feel like it was just it's
I
all
feel like,
man
I
up
feel
there.
like
I
I
didn't want
did
to
the
do
best
that.
I could, but
Yeah, we
She
couldn't.
was taking too many L's.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here we go.
What a segue. Wow. What a segue.
That's what I get for saying.
Is it stuck and stupid to suggest that if women don't report harassment immediately or within a certain time, they shouldn't be able to hold perpetrators accountable later?
This is a tough
Question
one.
mark.
This is a tough one.
I don't think. Oh, is it stuck in stupid to suggest that if women don't?
it's not
Yeah,
stupid.
This is the way
It's-
ChatGPT kind of
it
formed.
is,
What I'm really
yeah.
asking is basically if something happened to a male or female, and
They waited.
10, 20, 30, 15, 5 years go past by, and then they wait all this time, and then the person, whatever the case may be, and they come out and they go to the authorities or whatever to snitch on this person or tattle or whatever word you want to use. Like, is it stuck and stupid for that?
No.
I'm about to say it's not stuck and stupid for them to do that, but unfortunately, the way the law works, that's literally the reason why the term statute of limitations was created.
Right.
Yeah.
So they could be, depending on what they would like the outcome to be, they could find themselves in a stuck and stupid situation
Mhm.
because the statute of limitations went beyond. But if something happens to you, you always own your story.
Period.
I don't care when you bring it out.
Absolutely.
Period.
Day one, on your deathbed.
Period.
Mhm.
It's your story to share. Share it. Now, people, that doesn't mean that people aren't going to see it as not opportunistic or whatever else, or how come you didn't say it before?
Yeah, everything has its consequence.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I can tell you, because, and people are so wild with this, bro. They're really wild with this. Because they understand the premise, but they act like they can't apply it to another situation.
Sure.
There are so many times in your life, if you were to look back in your life about, man, I wish, like, my boss did this, but I didn't say nothing to my boss. Or somebody did this, but I didn't say nothing to them, because you were maybe working at the place and you couldn't afford
didn't have a
losing the
safe space.
job,
Yeah.
or whatever it may be. You do the same thing, but then when you see somebody else come out 10 years later talking about how they were SA'd, and then you want to be like, well, how come they didn't say nothing 10 years ago? How come you didn't say nothing 5 years ago? You know why? Because coercion and other things and other factors
Play
are
a part.
they play a part. They're very serious, and there's ramifications for everything you do, even if it means something bad happened to you.
The threat of retaliation is
Yes.
Yeah,
it's-
but
dang near
here's-
fight or flight.
Here's why this is even a topic though, because we have to accept that everything has a consequence.
That's where I was about to get it right
Yeah,
there. That's where I was
if you
getting at.
come out today, the consequence will be this. If you come out in 20 years, the
It's gonna
consequence
be
will
that.
be this.
Right.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, let them come out whenever. What?
Wham.
Where?
on the door
Oh man.
You said?
Where is it at?
on the near the seal.
Oh, I
he
see him
just
under
fell
the
down.
thing. Yeah,
You
I
saw
see
him
him.
fall down.
Ooh, look at you trying to get over here.
He a
Big
big boy?
one?
You know,
Nah,
he look kind of
he
big
about
though.
maybe less than a quarter.
He
Maybe
trying to watch the
Smack that
game.
thing.
Come
Oh,
on.
you trying to see them Cowboy lose?
Yeah, nah, chill
Hey,
out.
watch your
We got
mouth.
technical difficulties. We ain't seen technical difficulties in a minute.
He's in the
Nah,
the
he
crease right now.
yeah, he ain't playing with you.
Down on the ground. He's in the.
Oh, he's inside.
Yeah, he's inside.
He might be poison.
Hey,
You see him?
Come on.
Try to make. You really
Yeah.
don't see him? Oh.
Yeah.
That's right.
We can call
He'll
you
get got.
Winthrop. Nah, but like
You're
to
saying
me, it's just like
consequences,
when you if you're accepting the consequence, then it doesn't matter the time.
Yeah.
Just know that when you come out today, you're gonna lose everything, and you can gain it back. You're gonna have to spend the next whatever amount of time it is for you, the next however long you're alive to get it back.
And
If you-
also,
Well,
go
I was
ahead.
gonna say if you come out later, then you have lost all the stuff that you worked for at that point for the possibility of something changing in that moment, because you could say out loud, "This something happened to me," but you've lost. And again, not fair. I don't agree this should happen, but because of statute of limitations, you have lost leverage in some of those cases. Like when you're coming out to say that, if your intention is to put some kind of punitive damage to that, well, you may have lost that leverage depending on how long it took, and you have to accept those things. But it doesn't mean you shouldn't speak your truth. That's what I'm saying. Speak your truth
Yeah.
all day long. Just know that there's consequence on both sides. You just have
For
to be able
sure.
to accept it.
For sure. That's
Yeah.
that's just the unfortunate reality
We
of the
can't.
world that
We
we
don't
live
like
in.
it, but that's the truth.
100%. So I don't think it's stupid of them not to, to share their story whenever it is.
Speaking of stupid, real quick, check the score.
Let's go.
I thought that's. I would have grabbed my phone. I thought that's what
It's
you had up.
probably like 7-3
Yeah, they probably
or
up.
3-0.
But Corey, spin that wheel.
It's 13-6 Cowboys.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. G
That's all
man
right.
losing.
Like, dang, how they get sick?
What's that? That's a touchdown, 2 field goals.
Nah, yeah,
Something like
touchdown
that.
Yeah,
versus,
touchdown, 2 field goals, and then
Is it stuck and stupid to argue that criticizing cultural appropriation is hypocritical when global influence is inevitable?
I like that one.
this is a
question
good one. I say stuck. No, I don't think it's hypocritical.
It's hypocritical to
I'm gonna say-
criticize.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think it's stuck. Yes, I'm stuck. Yes, it is stuck and stupid to argue that
That criticizing.
yeah,
culture
that criticizing
appropriation.
the cultural appropriation is hypocritical.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
okay.
it is stuck and stupid.
I think it
Criti-
is too.
wait,
Only
criticizing
because
the
it's
culture.
Like calling people out
yeah.
for cultural appropriation.
Basically, when global influence that's what it is to me. Global
Globalization
influence, like
is a
why
real
would
movement.
global influence even be? That's a real thing. Like if I like something globally over there and I bring it here, it's just
For
because that
instance,
influence on me is
Right.
K-pop.
yeah, K-pop, all
Korean
that, yeah.
fried
For
chicken.
sure. But I think
Okay.
But to me, that is
but-
global. That is cultural appropriation.
But
Where-
is
to me.
where
it,
I
to
would
your point,
see-
it's globalization.
I see the two as being something different.
Okay, bet.
I think I see your point, very valid point, but I also think that when we talk about appropriation lacks the homage. It lacks
Mm.
the
Talking about like the knowledge or giving the
respect
credit,
to where
giving the credit, basically.
the original came from.
Accreditation.
It's
That's the word, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
It's really I see appropriation as a thief.
Yeah.
But technically, to me, appropriation, like, it's just if art is freedom or speech without being spoken or verbally saying something, that could be the appropriation. If I'm putting on an afro, I don't have to tell you that I love black people in fros. That's me wearing that. That's why I'm wearing it. So to me, that's why I say cultural appropriation is
no.
kind of weird to me, because it could be.
I don't think that's appropriating.
No, that's just influence.
Right? That's influence.
Yeah.
I'm saying where the appropriation comes is, let's
You're saying
say,
this is just what appropriation is.
right? This is how I see it,
Yeah,
at least.
facts.
Wearing the afro, right? Let's just say I'm gonna create the most generic scenario. This is a 6'2" skinny white dude wearing the afro. He got kind of
Bell
classic
bottoms.
classic 70s attire on.
Come on.
He listens to 70s black soul music,
He drives a deuce in the quarter.
right?
It's giving
So
undercover
then-
brother.
Yeah.
He starts selling black hair products and stuff like that. That's when I start to see the appropriation.
Yeah.
Without giving
Hold on,
credit.
hold on, hold on.
Right.
I'm about to say, but the product that he's selling is not made by a black person. He's not kicking back any black marketing dollars. He's essentially just making something up in his living room and selling it, calling it a black product, and then taking the money and not pushing it back to the accredited culture that it comes from.
That
That's
he
the
was so
appropriation.
enamored and
So for
influenced
me,
by.
I would just argue the point for me that appropriation is not real for me.
Yeah, there you
because I just think it's just global influence.
That's right.
Because to me, if hate is a form of love, if this is what they say, it's just a form of love. Even though you're
I would disagree.
well, I'm just saying
Right.
if you're just copying my stuff and doing whatever the case may be, and you're not giving me credit, you're still giving me the publicity, the visibility. It's still
So
you don't
you're
have
not
to
saying
acknowledge
hate.
it, basically.
You're saying hate instead of saying hate. You're saying like imitation.
Well,
Like,
I'm saying that you
imitation
don't
is the
need
best
to-
form of flattery. Like,
I'm thinking that for me, the main thing of appropriation is the acknowledgement part.
Mhm.
If you don't acknowledge, then you're appropriating.
Mhm.
I'm saying that actions speak louder than words. So for me, you don't even have to verbally tell me nothing. I don't care. At the end of the day, if you're hating on my stuff and you're wearing frozen, you're not giving me the credit, you still love me, because you went out your way to go do whatever you wanted to do to give our global influence or whatever that case may be. You're deciding to do that. So even in the influence, I just think that the influence don't have to be positive all the time. The influence could be a negative influence. Like if I'm wearing froze and stuff like that, whatever influence you get from that is what global influence is for me.
so
Yeah,
my
that makes
only
sense.
count, not even a counter, but I want like another caveat to that is in that same mentality. If that individual is taking credit for the creation, does that does that give into appropriation or?
Because for it to be a global influence, you can't take the credit. It's a global influence. So if I influence you, we already know where it came from. So what about what
Well,
credit needs to be there?
I think what he's trying to address and Corey's trying to address is like there is, once you weaponize it, which you can do,
100%.
I think that's where it becomes strange. And I'll give you an example of weaponizing it: gentrification.
Yes.
But I'm saying, but the peep for me is in order for you to say that is weaponized, that's your personal thing. Then we can say that about rap. We can say
No,
that
it's the
about other
same
cultures
thing.
and taking
No,
over rap.
What you mean?
Like in other words, that we could say if somebody went out there and took, like, say if rap was already rap, we'll just say black people started rap. We'll just say
Which
that,
they
right?
did. But go
And
ahead.
they go somewhere and they go somewhere else and they take it and they just say some off the wall. So we'll say another race. They go out there and say some off the wall stuff and stuff like that. What to me, like, where's the thing there?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, what is the thing? Like,
So
where's
I'll
the
give real life
disrespect or what is the
examples. I'll
thing?
give
Like,
real
what
life
is?
examples, like all the music from the 40s to the 70s. written by mostly black funk groups, black soul groups, black rock groups, black bands black artists that because of the way that the judicial, legal, every other system was put together at the time to say that black people are not humans, it was spread into that industry. So they literally created artists to sing the songs were right. So now this person who's worked their whole life to appropriate their own talent and turn it into something that can make them money, secure their family, they go out to do that thing, and in the same breath of them about to turn that coin, somebody takes that coin and flips it themselves.
But for me, that's leverage. That's because we didn't have no leverage. If we had leverage, you couldn't do that. So what I'm saying is you were influenced by my culture to do whatever you wanted to do. You decided to take that and harm my culture. That's what you decided to do.
Yeah, I would
didn't
say
create
that
for
if
you
they
to take
wrote
it.
I would say that if they wrote their own music.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I didn't.
But they did it.
As black folk, they didn't create music for them to take it. It's just we didn't have no leverage. So since we didn't have no leverage and we didn't have access like they did, they stepped all on us. And again, that's just sometimes again.
But that's not. That to me that's not influence. You stole. You
That's
stole.
appropriation.
You saw something.
But so if cultural appropriation is if that's the main thing for me is taking and thieving, then I'm with you.
Yeah, that's.
But
what
I
I'm
don't think
saying.
that's just.
what
I don't see it as thieving.
No, I do. With the appropriation part.
No,
Because
that's why I'm with you. I'm
only
with you on
I'm
that.
saying that's
I'm
it.
with you on
Because I
appropriation.
think that the influence is, for instance, there are
us
people
being
who I know.
mad at people having froze. Like that's
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't care
That's
about
influence.
that. I don't care about
yeah,
that.
that's nothing.
That's influence.
Yeah.
K-pop.
That's what I just said.
I
K-pop, Korean
love
fried
K-pop.
chicken. Go for it.
Right.
Like,
All of that ties back to that. Now, there's a certain part of that I don't enjoy when people are like, when I have conversations with certain people and I'm like, you recognize this is really just 90s hip hop that they just doing now. But it is what even like the
or
entire
their music, their soul music is R&B music,
right
from the 90s.
From the 90s, right? What a great, but they're just getting it now, which is great, and it's cool because they continue to big it up, right?
Thank you.
They keep bigging it up, so it's cool.
Yes.
It doesn't feel like it's getting thieved. They placate to what they need
So
to
what
placate.
about fried chicken then?
No,
Koreans and fried
that's
chicken.
what I just said. That's fine.
No,
too.
that's why I'm going back to.
I said K-pop, Korean fried chicken.
But I never hear the credit.
No.
I've heard it a couple times. Matter of fact,
I ain't gonna lie to
one
you.
of
I ain't
the
never heard no
biggest
credit.
things where one of the biggest turns was maybe 2 years ago. I don't know if it was Alton Brown who
Yeah,
used
it was
to do.
Alton Brown.
It was him, where they were talking about Korean fried chicken, and Alton Brown, a white man,
check the world.
said he gave the history about how they learned how to fry chicken and how it's
The war.
It's a Southern black thing.
No, that's you said a white man. I said a Korean
No.
came up and say, "Hey, man, black people taught me how to." This is where I get the credit from.
Right.
They've never done
But
it.
I'm saying,
Never
have you
seen it.
ever been in a? But again, that probably has happened to some level. And what is the difference between Korean fried chicken and Southern fried chicken? There's still differences because any culture is going to change something of influence. Like for instance, you be Wood Cooks. Food is heavy in every culture, right?
Facts.
Very specific cultures. Now, and things become passed down, and let's just say you do a lot of family recipes that they got from another family member, that they got from another family member, who at that family member actually got from somebody else, but they put a spin on, right? So at some point, though it was influenced over here, it also becomes a part of who your culture is.
No, I'm with that.
So that to me is that global influence.
But my thing is where it would kind of be the appropriation part would be, well, you not only do we not get the credit for the fried chicken, you build the fried chicken businesses in our hood.
In the hood.
And we don't even get credit for that.
Now, check this out.
So that's the part I'm saying is like, is it credit
No.
or would that just be global influence? Like we just influence them to do it.
We have to call it what it is. In those moments, anything that is weaponized against the culture that it was stolen from is appropriation.
Okay.
If you're putting up any type of business, so I'm not going to single out the Koreans for a second. Like we're just using that as an example. So don't get
100%.
whatever. There's
I
several
enjoy Korean fried chicken.
Yeah, we love
Yeah,
Now, your corn dogs might be fraud, but no, I'm just playing. No,
but my point is there's several cultures that have ripped from the black culture, so it has nothing to do with Koreans. Please, I'm just saying this is just an example. If that restaurant is open in the hood, and the bank, there was a black chicken store that also tried to open up, and the bank said no, and then the bank said yes to that store.
That's where I'm getting, and then not only that, they start using AAV and black language to sell their product.
So in the menu it
hold on.
says stuff like
It's
buy this, brother.
But it's even worse
like,
though. They sell Kool-Aid. So where's the? That's what I'm saying. Is like, do you have to acknowledge? They didn't give us no credit on the Kool-Aid. They just serve it. So for me, it's like, dang, are you appropriating or are you just influenced by our culture?
But also, no. Right. And then there's also certain things when it comes to culture. Yeah, we get to the next one. There's also certain things when it comes to culture, bro, that of course that we're gonna cling on to. But that wasn't our thing. We didn't create Kool-Aid.
Well, I know that. I'm just saying,
like,
but the sale of it in stores, I ain't gonna lie to you, and I'm being honest.
No.
Selling in a little corner store,
sure.
black people got that a lot.
Because though, why? It's an affordable product.
Facts.
And
that's a good point.
We don't have to go to the soda. We don't have to go to the soda conglomerate
for sure to get some
and
juice and everything else.
Yeah. But that's a good point. Again, please, guys, we just use it as one example.
Yes, 100%, bro. 100%. My favorite cuisine is Chinese.
Man,
So
I'll be at Mike's Fried Chicken at least once or twice a week, boy.
I love culture. I love food.
Is it stuck and stupid to chase a rap career knowing the industry's declining?
Yes.
Also, what's happening in the news and how tough it is for independent artists.
Where's the camera at? Yes.
I say no.
I'm stuck. Yes.
Listen.
I'm stuck. Yes.
Listen.
Well, with details, I'm stuck.
I say
yes.
no.
I'll tell you why I'm yes, but I want to hear why you know.
Because I'm actually very surprised that y'all are saying is yes.
Now, I'm gonna tell you why.
Because
I think I'll flip
the reason why I say no, and my initial reaction was yes.
Mm-hmm.
My second reaction was no, and because it is no, or it's no because you just have to recognize that it's a business now.
That's a good point.
That's it. It's about not only making music, but you're creating a product that customers want, and then marketing it and or yourself. Yeah. That's what it is now. And now I would even argue it might be the best time for you if you know what you're doing, because you don't have to be a part of the labels. Everybody's label chasing, and now you can go get your money by yourself if you really want it. So I don't think it's stupid to chase a rap career if you're trying to really get into the business of, I need to market myself as being this artist, this persona, this whatever. If you are on it because you're talented and that might be stuck and stupid. But if you're like, I got a style, let's look at American Idol. If there was an American Idol for rap, this person has charisma, this person has style, I can sell this person, they're flashy, people like this person's life, and they actually have a good tone and can rap on a beat. That's no different than any other business.
Except that's not the business of music right now. So I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna say stuck yes with the same argument. My argument was because of the business. So the worst business in America is the music business. Period.
It always has.
Let's give the history lesson real quick for those who don't understand the music business. So the music business is like you get the highest interest loan you can possibly get from somebody who you never intend on paying back, because the loan is astronomical. It's probably a couple $100,000 signing bonus for you to use that money to go start your rap career. You have to buy studio time, producers.
That was back in the day.
No, it's now. It's still now. All those major. No, listen. I'm not talking about independent artists who have figured out the business already and are already riding their way. I'm talking about if you're a fresh person that has never come into the game ever, and you have to jumpstart your career today. It is not. You have to understand you're at a negative starting immediately.
Well, yeah, immediately. But it said up here how tough it is for independent artists, bro. I see on TikTok every single day.
Yep.
People giving tips about how you can start in the music business right now
100%,
independently.
100%. But listen, that starting in the music business and it being a good business are two different arguments.
But to me,
that's why I say stuff
for sure.
Yes, because it's a dumb business.
But I can say anything's a dumb. Most things are dumb businesses.
No, this is a proven. This is by
like
the
a
numbers
calculated
proven
risk right now. Like
business.
But I think we're in a different time. I think it was. I really do. I think we're in a different time. I think before when you were label chasing and you had to go through certain people to get to the other side.
Sure.
Yes, because you were taking bad deals always, them high loans and everything else.
Yeah.
I think if you hit some sort of lick, and I'm not saying that in a bad way, if you're at a time where you have some sort of financial windfall or whatever else, and you can meet these criteria, I think it's actually lucrative for you to be able to push your own stuff.
Yeah,
now you have to have a very solid business plan.
No, you have to have business before going into the business. My thing is, I don't know anybody right now that can come out here naked with talent and make this work because they know the business. It's not going to happen, bro.
I'm not arguing that.
Yeah, if you have talent and you know the business, you're still not gonna be nothing. It don't matter to me. You have to get through the algorithms, period. And now, not only are we talking about the physical algorithms of the people that are the placeholders in music, right? Let's say for some like astronomical reason you got through from those guys, right? Like somehow you were able to get through the physical algorithm of the placeholders of all the music that goes out, and there are those people. Let's say you get through that. Now you have to get through the internet algorithms. The only time it works the other way is because the other person is doing something to fund their music business on the outside,
Right.
and then they focus on their music business as they're funding it. Now, some people are drug dealers. Some people are, school teachers. Some people are, there's a myriad of things, but for every one person doing that, there's 1,000 people that are doing it the wrong way and now saturating the business. This is why I think it's a terrible idea to start a rap career and be chasing it. No, if you have to be you have to have such a disposition about yourself that, one, to your point, the talent has to be there, the business has to be there.
First, yeah. Artists last. It's not. It's
Artistry.
It's business.
I hate to be this person, man, because it actually breaks my heart because I used to be in the music business, so I think about this all the time. Like, I passionately love music. I love the art of music. I love the art of creating. There's nothing better to me than getting in a room by yourself and coming up with something that makes people go, oh, this is good. That's my deep core of what I feel about music in my heart. But what I'm trying to say is, since the beginning of time, it was never that. We just got sold a bill of rights. So we came in thinking, oh, it's all about, no, the business has always been this dark. It's worse now than ever before because we don't have 30 major labels. There's like 6 or 7. They're choking everything at the top, right? Okay, let's say you're making an Apple Music. Who's running Apple Music, right? Let's say you make it on Spotify. Who's running Spotify? The list keeps going. There's only 6 or 7 of these people that can get you out to what you need to be. And if you're not doing this on an every single day basis, pouring your heart into it, having your business together, coming up with astronomical business ideas. You know who the best example of what I'm saying about how hard it is?
Russ.
Everybody's going to say Russ. I'm going to say wrong. Russell.
Russell. Yeah, but he's why I'm saying no.
But listen to LaRussell, though. Listen to LaRussell. When he talks about getting out, is he talking about the music? He's talking about the algorithms.
Right, but
all he talks about is algorithms.
But that's my point. But
how much money he talks about how much money he's spending.
Right. I'm just saying, it is no different than any other business as far as you getting into business. It's business.
Yeah,
so,
it used to be the other way in our minds. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
Is now it's been exposed. But to this point of the question, if we're going to continue to see it drag down into the dirt because of this Diddy situation, it will not be easier. It's just going to revert into only business.
You think Diddy's situation going to drag rap into the dirt?
Well, no,
What?
not that. People? It's because you said it's changed to a business, but for me, it's changed to a tech business.
Period. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not even a business.
The artist has to figure out how to balance artistry and business.
Tech. Oh my god.
At first, it was like, hey, we sell music, we make music. But because they are trying to put this money, for me, this is my personal opinion, because they're trying to put this money into tech, you have to do the little Russell. I have to play the algorithm. I have to be the artist. I got a tour. I have to come up with my own merch. I have to hire this person in place. I got to worry about my publicist. Artists ain't they.
I got to build a backyard stage.
Sound like a small business to me.
Well, no. What happens is when you have to dream to get signed by a deal, at least that was the thing.
Yeah.
That's not, for me, that's not a dream no more. The thing is, it is to become an independent artist. But how many, if you look at stats, how many people make it as an independent artist?
Crazy, man.
So for me,
how
just
many businesses fail in the first 5 years?
But no, we're just talking about. But come on, compared to independent artists, like come on, like
listen, the numbers against. Okay, let's do it. I opened up a small business that funds a car wash machine. Okay, I'm sure there's people that failed in car wash machine business. I'm pretty sure. But I guarantee you it's a lot more volatile. I think it's 97% success rate. One of the safest businesses on the planet. So when I say that there's bad business and safe business, we can talk about it.
Oh, no,
so
I'm not arguing
saying,
that.
like, yes, there are some businesses that will fail, but there's also some businesses that will fail that are still good business.
And your return on income is not even compared. It's not even
not even close.
It's
not even close because you're so in the black for in the red for so long, brother. It's astronomical. Because let's say, because the thing that we're trying to produce money from, which is the music, as a tangible piece of product, it gets chopped up before it even gets to you, right? You got your points that you got to give away to your producers, your engineers, your managers.
You're doing it all.
That money, that's what I'm saying.
Let's do it all.
Right. So the person that's doing it all, again, show me and for every one Russ or LaRussell, there's a bajillion other guys
Trying to
that
be
can't
just
get
like-
through
yeah,
that,
can't
and
get
there's
through
just they work just as hard as those
Right.
other guys.
So I say, like, at the end of the day, trying to get into the business, it's just like, trying to understand how to do work in the shadows.
Moderator bag.
Nigga said, hurry
Fast
up.
though, fast.
Nigga said, hurry up, man.
He's our Danny Dominique.
Hey, man, chase your dreams.
So I just dropped Danny's name. She needs
All
to
I know is-
shut up.
Praise
Yeah,
him,
fact.
shout.
Is it stuck and stupid? You can chase your dreams even if they fail.
No,
Amen.
facts, I'm with you with that.
Hey,
100%.
today's shadow work is what tends to make you judgmental towards others.
Fruit.
What tends to make you judgmental towards others?
I think for me it's just discipline.
Mm.
Like I think people they take discipline as like if you do more discipline rather than praising more. But you know what I mean? But you know, like sometimes you can't tell people that's what you're giving me. Well, what else can I do? I can only react. But sometimes I got to be better at that. What I'm learning now is sometimes you just got to take that L. Like sometimes you have to. I'm learning that you really got to figure out who people are. That is your
Period.
job. Your job is to figure out who that person is, and if you really love them, cater to how they feel.
Period.
And then that's the judgmental I have is just always trying to pick out, not even picking out the holes. It's just if I see something, I feel like if I don't say something, I'm fraud. Like I'm frauding you out of what you need to really be learning out of this experience. But the catch of that is, how do they receive that though?
My God.
That to me is what I'm learning from my judgment.
Hold on, B Wood giving us a little therapy session.
This is
right
true,
here.
but I have a question. And this is just me piquing interest because you said in there, I feel like if I don't say something, I'm fraud. Do you not feel that puts you in a place of arrogance, as if you know everything?
Not really, because God exists for me. So there's at times when I don't have the answers, or I do feel like I'm kind of shaky, or I do feel like I'm this, I just take it to God. Like, hey, whatever you want me to do, whatever the Spirit leads me to say, then that's what I'm gonna do. But and you know what's funny? Like sometimes when you give it to God, He'll give you what you want.
Mhm.
Like He'll give you your answer. Sometimes
Not
like
every time.
well, yeah, that's why I say
No, I was about to
sometimes.
say
That's why I
about
say
every time,
sometimes.
yeah.
Like sometimes, but sometimes it's not really meant for that. Or sometimes He really do give you something. You just got to go find it.
Yeah,
Sometimes you're not in the
100%.
right mental space to find it. And that what I'm learning is you just gotta. I'm really trying to figure out like there's certain times where I can get it across at different times. Like, I don't have to. Every time don't have to be my time. That's arrogant to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to. Every single time something happens, I don't have to address it at the time I want to address it. If that makes sense.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to understand. Other people want to. They want to live their life too. They ain't got to be on their ass all the time.
Yeah.
But that don't mean I ain't getting on your ass though. Now that's the part I don't want them to whoever it is.
I'm piggybacking
People in
that
general.
one. I'm piggybacking that one because that's good. That's therapy session stuff right there.
I'm
I'm
bad at that too.
I'm
man. I
gonna
ain't
say, and I just had this breakthrough in therapy like 3 weeks ago. That's why this is fresh, and I'm glad you brought this up. For me, it wasn't necessarily judgmental. It's a control problem, right?
There you go. Control.
Like
There
and everyone has it. They won't admit it. Most people won't
Got it
admit it,
bad.
but everybody has a control issue, right? So what makes me judgmental is my inability to control in
There
those
it is.
spaces, right?
There it
So
is.
like if I might say something to my wife, like if I'll use my wife as an example just because we just recently went through this, right? So what I'm trying to teach inside of our relationship is like, look, I do things differently than you do things. My issue was always trying to get you to see the way that I do it. You see what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is how I do it. Now, sometimes you have to have boundaries. So what I'm speaking about, there's two sides of the coin here. Hold on a second. There's some things you have to have boundaries. I'll give you an example. If I leave something out of place in the house, my wife just will let me hear about it. And I mean anything. So if it's 7 things I left out of place, she's going to tell me all 7 of those things as she's walking by it, right? Matt, why'd you leave this here? Matt, why'd you do this here? Matt, why'd you do
Get on that ass.
right? That's just how her personality is. So what I had to show her, because it doesn't what I keep trying to explain to her, like I am in this space with you, so I deserve space in this home just as much as you do. So some things are not going to be as whatever as you like them, and that's got to be okay because we are living in this 50-50, right? We're living in this shared experience, so it can't always just be what makes you comfortable. So what I did was she left a couple things on the counter. In that same moment, I just picked it up, wiped it off. Then I said, now I'm not upset, but this is what it should look like. I could have easily knocked off all 7 of those things I had to pick up and made a comment about each one of those while I was picking it up and made you feel a certain way. Instead, I see that you're busy with the kids. I see you're doing. What's the point? I'll just pick it up and make it happen. There goes.
You told her that though?
Yeah, of course.
See, I'm taking the L on all that.
No, but it's because I set a boundary already with her about this stuff, so I'm able to talk about it. But the other part for me is I had to learn to not indulge in the crazy. That sounds wild to say, but let me explain. I used to want to control the crazy.
I see where you're getting at.
My sanity is dependent on how crazy how this crazy can be removed or lowered.
Are you calling your wife crazy?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about in all areas of my life. Okay. When there's a certain level of crazy of whatever that and by crazy I just means that we can understand this is not a universally accepted mind state. This is just something an individual has held on to, and they're trying to expect me to attach to that understanding. Now, in the past, I would have to attach to it and then try to lower it. So you're saying, hey, this is just how I do things. I would say, that's okay. Now, I like how you do things right there, but can we lower it? That's the wrong way to approach. I just don't have to indulge. You can say, this is the way I do things. I'm going to say, great. I don't agree with you. That's it. It was like a I don't have to attach myself to the crazy. Whatever it looks like. Oh, this is how I live my life. This is what I'm doing over here. Oh, this is this. I want to go rob a bank. I don't have to jump in and say, okay, I know you like robbing banks, but maybe we just rob 1 instead of 10. I can just say,
where was this last week with that dude?
But where was, or more importantly, back to the question, how does not indulging with that make you judgmental?
No, before it did make me judgmental because I would try to control it. So I'm judging this person's crazy. I don't need to judge their crazy. They're crazy. Is they're crazy?
Or they take what you're doing. Like for me, mine was they take what my discipline as a judgmental thing.
Yeah.
Like that's how people see me. Like if I'm saying something like because I'm not speaking more positive happy all the time. Yeah. To me, like people judge me as like this judgmental negative guy. And I'm like, damn, like
okay.
I just saying,
I want to get into real estate. I want to get into real estate. That's the back end thing in the back of my head. I've been wanting to do it for a few years. I know it's very daunting. It's very hard and all these other things. My wife is not a fan. She's like, I don't want to be a manager of any kind of real estate. I just don't. And we have the equity. We can do it. Blah, 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 blah. Old Matt, when I hear her say, I'm not into it, I attach myself to it and say, why not? Come on, you can do it. We can do it. Let's do it. And she's like, dude, I'm not comfortable. I don't have to attach myself to that mentality, period. I can just say, oh, you don't want to do it? That's perfectly fine. What is my response now? Babe, listen. When I get a little bit more capital for my business, do you mind if I get into the real estate game? Still including her, but not attaching myself to the idea that it's just impossible to do. There's plenty of people that do real estate and they're successful. So it's not like impossible. I don't have to think that it's impossible. I can just say, do you mind if I do it? Yo, that sounds, if you're up for it, go for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to attach myself to that. And I would be judgmental in those moments. Like, why aren't you thinking like me? Because they're not you, fool. Duh.
Yeah.
Like, duh. Of course not.
I say for me, what makes me judgmental toward others is closed-mindedness and lack of understanding. And I don't. I think it's very little about control and more about just education. At the end of the day, I feel like a person's life will suffer without it. You know. Because everything that happens in life practically requires an understanding, you know, and for the most part, especially in 2024, it definitely would better with an open-minded individual. So I think what tends to make me judgmental is individuals who are closed-minded and lack the ability to understand.
Or the ability to want to understand.
I'm about to say, but not to be confused with somebody who's open-minded that just doesn't agree, because that could happen.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
I don't actually, for me personally, I enjoy that. I don't.
Facts.
Yeah, right. As long as you're having a conversation with me, I assume you're open-minded. And then if you don't agree, that's one thing.
I get off.
Maybe I won't enjoy it, but I respect it. Like at the end of the day, I can respect, especially when I'm like, all right, that's a different perspective. I don't really rock with that perspective. I can see how you can rock with it. Yeah. And if the other party is also like, I feel the exact same. I see your perspective, but that's not how I kind of roll. I respect that, and I can like that. To me, is a lot better than just being
But
like.
as long as we don't call that person closed-minded, that's what I'm saying. That person's still open-minded. They just don't agree. That's okay.
For sure.
Yeah, if they're talking to
the
you about
closed-mindedness comes from the arrogance of thinking that you know that you have the one and only answer,
and that answer is,
and that,
or whatever,
right.
not even just the answer, but like the path or whatever that may be
is
only this.
That to me is what I would call closed-minded.
Yeah.
So sometimes I even lead a conversation and I'll get to my part. I'll lead a conversation with, what would it take for me to show you, for you to accept that there's a different way?
Oh, what is the thing that you'll accept that convince you is what I always
because say. If you're like, oh, it's nothing, I'm not gonna.
That's closed-minded.
Yeah, that's closed-minded, and I'm not calling you small. I'm not even gonna judge you for it. I just think that at some point, I hope that at some point in your life, there will be a canon event or something that will take place, a place for you to be like, oh wow, the world is so much more gray than it is black and white, or just colorful in general. What tends to make me judgmental, some of those same tenets, but also I found myself like, I really do prioritize like peace and joy, and when I also welcome negative things because it has to happen.
It's a balance.
Right? And it's just real.
It's
like
just not real. Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's gonna be negative things. Now, if I am around a person who is just always negative, I feel like I tend to start judging them, even though and then I try to get back to my like, okay, this is maybe where they are. Can I help them see something to be more than what it is and not just negative? Like literally every time I say anything or something happens, your first thought is negative. I feel like if you would like to live a more joyous life, we can break that path for you.
100%.
And you will be able to see that almost everything can be negative or positive, or negative and positive at the same time. And it's not all negative. And you will see the beauty and joy in life. That's my thing. Is like I just want people to see the joy. You know, when you are told that you're gonna die, like this get like real. When you're told that like you're gonna die, or you may die, or we don't know what's going on with you, but we have to check it is something serious, like your heart or something like that. Your outlook on life changes. It's like impossible for it not. And sometimes it changes to a negative, right? Like it's just impending doom for the rest of your life. For me, it just changed to straight joy, and like I just see joy and fun and everything.
Yeah, finite times.
Yeah, bro. Like people are like that, and it's hard for people who see one thing. Like a student asked me, like, where do you want to be in 10 years? I said, I want to be happy.
Yeah.
Like the things in my life will dictate what my journey is going forward.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm not gonna properly plan to be okay, but that's my thing. It's just joy and peace and positivity. A welcome in the negative, but not staying on a negative. And if people around you are negative, how can you help expand their mind to see that there's more than just negative in the world that we live in?
Yeah, I know how you can help. Tell them to get some sleep.
Exactly. So drink some tea. And to come back next week, we're going to have a better episode, man. 52, which means 1 year.
1 year, man. Come on, let's go, baby.
Oh, that's real. If it's up,
then it's
It's
up.
up.
hey.